Hey guys, welcome to Monday, February 5th. So I took the day off yesterday, so we're going to get back at it. All right, we're just going to jump right in. First game I like is the Lakers, minus 11.5. Yeah, Davis and LeBron are game time decisions, but I think they're both going to play in this one. They whooped Charlotte 21 points earlier this year, plus Charlotte played last night. I think they're going to be sluggish. LA is going to take advantage of that. LA is coming off of two big road wins against the Knicks and the Boston Celtics, and Charlotte's lost 7 in a row, so all signs bode well towards the Lakers winning. Next up, I like my Warriors again. They've been playing close games on their losses, and they've been winning some games lately. And they got 2.5 points against the Nets. Nets aren't that good, and I think the Warriors can do this one. Tough break in the last one where they played Atlanta and took it to overtime, at which point Atlanta went on that run and ended up covering, but it looked good until the end. Irrelevant. Warriors should be good on this one. I think they should win this game outright, but you're getting 2.5 points, so you got that sort of little wiggle room there in case it comes down to the last second. Next up, we got the Kings. This one I'm just sort of 50-50 on. But I like the Kings because they're getting 4.5 points at Cleveland, and they beat Cleveland earlier in the year, and they won 6 out of 7. So, I mean, they're not terrible. I mean, they're a good team. They're going to make the playoffs, and 4.5 points is a big enough cushion that I feel pretty good about it. Not as much as I like the other two that I picked so far, but I like this one still. And last up, we got the New Orleans Pelicans. I like that one, 11.5 against Toronto. Toronto is coming off of last night's brutal double overtime loss where they choked away their win against the Thunder. I think they just fall flat. They're just going to be tired tonight, and New Orleans coming off a break. They should beat them. All right, let's check in with Todd for his picks.
Hey, yo, it's Todd here. It's Gamblers Hub. Okay. Let's see what we've got for today, February 5th. I like McNeese State minus 18.5 over Texas A&M Commerce. It's an abstract game. Love it. Minus 18.5. Lakers minus 12 over Charlotte in the NBA. And also New Orleans over Toronto. Minus 11.5. These, since I've been on a losing streak, are from my upper echelon of high gambling friends in Vegas. Gathered this week for the Super Bowl. We're going to have our big Super Bowl situation coming out on Friday. It's a big gambling week. I want to recap that. McNeese State minus 18.5 tonight in college basketball. Remember the name, McNeese State. Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, this is who I used to be. Okay, second game is Lakers. They're a terrible team, but they're going to win tonight, minus 12, and cover. Oh, yeah. And then you got New Orleans, minus 11.5 in NBA over Toronto, and I am out of here.
All right, thanks, Todd. Obviously, I agree with you on a couple of those. I hope we're both right. Let's go on to the college ranks where we don't have a huge slate coming off of those big weekend games, but there's still some value in here. First off, I like Virginia, minus 5.5 points against Miami. They're at home against Miami. They've won 6 in a row, and they have won 14 of their 15 games that they've played at home this year. So they got a nice little home court advantage. They're the better team overall, and 5.5 points isn't a lot for them to cover at home, so I like that one. Next up, we got North Carolina Central. They got 7.5 points on Morgan State. They're also at home. They've won 9 out of 10. They've got a plus 9-point differential, whereas Morgan State's lost 3 out of their, have won 3 out of their last 10, lost 7 out of 10. So they're just way behind North Carolina Central. And this is another good value. All right, the biggest game of the day would be Kansas versus Kansas State, where Kansas goes to Kansas State. I like Kansas. They passed my eye test. On Saturday I picked against them, against Houston, because I thought they didn't look as good as Houston all year. But they sure played the part of a champion on Saturday, and I think they keep the ball rolling, and they're going to play that well all February into March. So they got 4.5 points against Kansas State. Kansas State's lost 4 in a row, and they've been bad losses against bad teams. Whereas, like I just said, Kansas just came off that big win against top 5 team in Houston. So I like Kansas to keep that train going. Next up, my one underdog tonight is Southern. They are only 1.5-point underdogs against Jackson State, but they're way better team. So money line or the points, either one. They're first in the conference. They're 8-2 in the conference. Jackson State's lost 4 out of 5, have a negative 7-point differential on the season, and they're just average at home. So I don't think they have that home court advantage that a lot of the books give you on that one, where they take points and give them to the home team because of the home court advantage. That's not there this week. So I think Southern. All right, and my last pick is Eastern Washington, 5.5-point favorites on the road against Portland State. They beat the ever-loving crap out of Portland State earlier in the season by 34. They're 10 out of their last 11 and 5 out of their last 6 on the road. So again, not a big difference going on the road, and it's only 5.5 points. I really like that game. That's going to be my favorite pick. My favorite pick in the pros is the Lakers, and the pro college is Eastern Washington. Another play I like is taking Virginia, North Carolina Central, and Eastern Washington, just moneylining them. 2 of them are 5.5 points, 1 of them 7.5 points. Just moneyline those 3 together, and you'll get pretty decent odds, and you don't have to worry about the spread, just taking care of business. All right, fingers crossed. Enjoy your bets. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you tomorrow.